we package a motion picture. The direction, the production, cover layout, music score, even me playing the leading role. I also want to develop an excellent music model demonstration, as well as a show companies that professional power style survival marketing advertising tool. That's 2008. You see what they're doing now, right? Come on, tell me you're ahead of my time. Now that's when I had that was on my DVD.
Okay.
When I first came with the DVD, because I was the first one that came with it, and I put the credits on it. So you know how like when the videos and the TV show be over there, I put the credits. I had the ASCAP, the BMI. I put everybody who's music in that shit.
And I'm like it was a whole new episode.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
So this is like a
Part two.
Contributed to this.
All right, welcome back to Underrated Profession. We are here doing part 2 of following up something that me personally that I'm excited about having a discussion and knowing more about. But anybody that's barbers or stylists, anybody that's trying to get into the whole barber battle game and creating showcases, we get ready to have a discussion and have opportunity to get the history behind these barber battles and as well as barbering showcases. So I'm gonna let these young men introduce themselves. You already met Mr. Craig Skills. He can reintroduce himself again. And so go right down the line, Mr. Craig Skills.
I'm Craig.
You have some technical
difference now.
going on
What
right
happens? I'm just went off in there.
Nah, it's the camera. Sorry, the light.
I'm Craig Skills. Was popping with y'all from Wilmington, Delaware.
What's up? This is Rashid from Miami, aka Distinct Flavor. You know how we do.
In the building.
Down OG Barber. Put down in the game for a minute.
And I'm Lico. I come from Claymont, Delaware. I'm a barber.
Nice. So I'm gonna let these young men go ahead and pretty much drive the car on this one because I'm just interested in getting the story going. I'm maybe dating myself. I know I said on the last episode we did together, Craig, but
right.
You know I may be dating myself that I remember Major League from the Major League logo from the blue and white with the with that logo was iconic back in the 90s.
Right.
You know I'm from '94. You know what I'm saying? So and then I remember seeing the Solid Gold magazines.
Right.
Shout out to Solid Gold again, and just seeing the impact that y'all had on the profession. Now, something I know you and I talked off camera about how, and I think we talked about our last recording about how it was perceived looking like their hair was purple or the hair
right.
And I do remember looking in the magazine like, yo man, I don't know where this is going, but this ain't it. And then here we are in 2024. And you can't get nobody not to do no enhancements. You know what I'm saying? So y'all way ahead of yourselves, over 20 plus years ahead of the game. And so this is I think it's really important to have this discussion too, especially for these upcoming barbers or new barbers to know the history when they go into these battle shows and competitions or showcases, whatever you want to title them. Started with the Major League. But I'll let y'all kind of give us basically the question is how did Major League get started? How about we start
before you go on and just piggyback off the dyeing thing. I remember when we were doing the dye, man, they just say that shit was gay. They said we ain't nobody around here gonna take that back to Philly and New York. Ain't nobody around here gonna get the dang dye in their hair. Now you can't even get them to wash it out. You're supposed to wash it out.
And I'm guilty for it. Real talk. Look at the magazine. Nah, man, they ain't going. You know what I'm saying? But then I was in North Carolina at the time. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't around in our area. But that also speaks to how. And then I always try to we about educating and entertaining at the same time. So that's a good chance to educate. That's important that you understand that certain styles or trends. It can be. By the area,
by the area.
You want to know that, you want to adapt it, because especially if you plan on moving around, and you're students or what have you, you go somewhere, you need to learn what's trending in that area if you want to be able to be successful. So, but enough of all that. Let's get into Major League. Let's talk about the story.
The story, me and Nori West and his brother Najee.
Shout out to Nori
and Naj, and they had another partner from Nori and Naj had a barbershop called Wild Style. And they we used to go to our little small hair shows in the South Jersey, Philadelphia, and Delaware area. I used to see Nora and his brother all the time, Wild Style. But they had the most wildest haircuts. They were sharp. They used color pencils on the hairline, inside the hair, and they was big in doing that. All of us was like, we ain't doing the color. We did the white pencil, but they was using all the colors in the pencils in the hairstyle. That's why they was wild style. They had the wildest haircuts, along with at the time was Beijing, and Beijing dyed, or Jizz and dyed. They was using the Jizz. Jizz is what made the hair color in the pictures look purple. That was the Jizz. The Jizz showed up on camera as purple. Beijing didn't show up like that.
Is Jizz still around? 'Cause I never
Jizz is
Is they still around?
I don't know Jizz. Jizz is the liquid color that everybody was using.
Okay.
Back then he was using either Jizz or Beijing.
Yeah.
A lot of barbers using Jizz, put it on a little brush, tap, 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 brush it in. Beijing was the whole process of Beijing and the color. But the edges was Jizz. Put the Jizz on. If you didn't do the Jizz, you do a little small Beijing, add more water so you can move it, and put it on the beards. So that's where that technique came from. And then you put before everybody now is spraying hold the spray, but before everybody used to take Q-tip, we used to take the Q-tip and put hold the spray around the line, then scrape up. That was the first style. Then now went to hold and spray now.
Yeah.
And then you scrape it up. Just clean, call it clean up snow to get the so-called ash line.
Which y'all could just shampoo somebody's head and
Get the ash line. But this is the way before when barbers wasn't even shampooing the shop.
Yeah.
Philly was a little bit, depends on what shop it was. So from there, him and his brother came up with Major League Barber, a t-shirt. They went to a lady from Chicago, her name was Terry, I don't know her last name. She used to do the barber boot camp, Winston. So she did a barber boot camp in Chicago. She was from Chicago. She did one in Chicago, and then she did one in Miami where she was at with Major League Barber. And that's when Nori and them went, and that's kind of, it didn't make them start traveling. They seemed the ideal to say we need to take this on the road. They started meeting more barbers when they met Rashid it was on the beach then.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was at the Miami show. I was at the Chicago show. And got it off. That's where our first time I met Ivan at, when he was the head Andy's guy.
And for those that don't know,
Ivan
And he had the record. He was most
had the record. He had just broke the record.
the
fastest haircut
and the most haircuts in 24 hours.
Right.
So he was up there teaching, and that's when he first met all of us. When he was young then. Ivan had to be maybe in his 35 at the time. He was young in his 30s because we was in our 20s. So all of that spawned the traveling barbers. It wasn't like they said this is what we're gonna do. There's no ambassador. That word didn't exist. So this was all off of MySpace.
Everything was just
We was on the verge of
muscle.
we was on the verge of they was on the verge of ending it was no DVD. It was a VHS tape with the haircuts
that's
on.
a throwback.
So this when Nori was cutting hair. A lot of people don't know he was one of the main barbers in the city of Barber Mecca is Philadelphia.
Right.
He was one of the main names
Gotcha.
back in the day. A lot of people don't think he can cut. He can cut.
Right.
It's just that he was nice. It's
And
just
he
that
said
he
he
stopped.
used that as his leverage.
So his leverage, and his younger brother Naj was cutting too. And then they had a whole bunch of guys. So then they came, and as the days traveled around, we all was coming to Major League Barber. And like I said, it wasn't no money, wasn't getting paid. It was all for the love of being in the game and getting out the house and traveling to a show.
Right, and so I know we talked a little bit off, we talked some little bit off the air about that. You said about the traveling, and this is going to help me with some of the myths that I kind of picked up from just from magazines. You see the shop just assuming, you know what I'm saying? But I know we talked about it, the traveling around. So one of the things that I thought was happening when y'all traveled around, y'all was recruiting people, but I know you said that it wasn't necessarily about recruiting, it was that somebody wanted to be down with y'all.
It wasn't even really about being down.
Yeah.
It was just like, saying we're gonna be in Atlanta. If you want to come,
just come out.
Just come check us out. We'll be out there. You know what I'm saying?
And
then what it turned into was, we just started letting people get on stage. Showcase
yourself. Take your time to make the show for free. Now you got to pay for that. But back then it was like, just come on out. That was the love of the game that we had. It was just like, if y'all want to be around, just come on out, show your skills, just come and hang. So many barbers that's still here today that are called quote unquote barber stars, they got their first crack off the love of us. We didn't know what we was doing. We didn't know it could turn into a team. We didn't know it could turn into a bigger bag. People might say today, we was unprofessional. We was unprofessional. It was the time.
Yeah.
So remember, social media wasn't big. It was MySpace, man. It was so
we hadn't really figured it out, but it was really going to be.
You know what I'm saying? So people was coming with different visions. So you got every city we go to, you got mad barbers coming, and they all got a different vision of what these guys' company should be. But you got to remember, it's their company. So you can't overshadow them. You just gotta help that they listening to you, but they getting attacked. So it's hard when you're young to listen to everybody.
Right.
It overwhelms your brain.
Right.
So you understand. So we was coming with, we wasn't shipping no boxes of t-shirts. We was at the airport with big giant bags of shirts.
Wow.
Like so now it was like
but y'all hear that
it
grind,
was like 30-pound, 35-pound bags. So like, well, you pay for that bag, you pay for that bag. I need you to grab this box. You got to shift the boxes.
Yeah.
So remember, this was all out their pocket.
Yeah, then what we would do too is like we have like group phone conversations, like you know what I'm saying, like all of us would be on the phone at one time, like, hey, what we gonna do when we go to, nothing was really planned per se, like even when we did the classes, we didn't know we were gonna teach until we got there. What you gonna do?
Yeah, what you gonna
we
do?
said, all right, I'm gonna do this. All right, I'm gonna teach you something. And then we put it down just like that. So we were kind of basically starting the foundation without really having a foundation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Kind of like the phrase they say. I heard that I kind of use. They say like. What they say, like I may be saying it wrong, but they're like you building the plane as you're flying along the way. You're building as you're going along.
So
and
Rashid spoke about the classes. You gotta understand, when you go to a barber class now at all the shows, there's usually 1 or 2 people on stage cutting, which is fine. Back when that group started, we all started, it was 5 of us on stage at one time. So Nori came with the perspective. We went 5 barbers, 5 different cultures on stage cutting. So everybody in the audience, you can see yourself on stage.
Wow,
so it was we had one Latin guy, we might have had 1 Caucasian, black, female, black barber,
We even had an Asian dude
Asian dude. So now, how our class used to be, which no one does it today. Don't get no idea. I'm gonna tell you all this. Don't get that. So it's still stuff. So the class was damn jam-packed. We used to be in the back. Nori and Naj are cartoon guys. So they came with the concept was Nori used to MC the class. He used to say, I'm gonna bring the barbers down. Everybody stand up. So we used to run down the aisle. He used to introduce us out the door. So we was coming out the door, running down the aisle with our name, come up and clap. So we used to get everybody next up on the line. We got them. So he got that from WWF wrestling when they come down off the stage.
Yeah.
So we had like a thing. You came down the aisle, and it made the class more energized before we got started.
Exactly. We tried to get away from the traditional way of teaching the classes so it wouldn't be so boring. We
So
used to have the people perform like rap and stuff in the classes.
So
just to break the monotony of the classes.
We call the models up, then we'll get upstairs and cut, and we'll go head to head. Everybody will talk and spin it around. Everybody talk head to head. So now you get to see 5 barbers, 5 different haircuts at 5 different times.
dope.
Now there's just one.
I didn't think
Barber
about
cutting. 5 on stage. But remember again now today, they paying them guys. You can't pay 5 people on stage.
Right.
That shows you love. The people that experience remember that. The class 3, 4, 500 jam packed because the excitement that was coming there.
And not only that, and we got to remember, barbers weren't being recognized in the industry.
Not at all.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So one of our main goals and one of our purposes was to let it know that we was out here and that we were a viable option, and we could use us to advertise, and you could use us to market, you could use us to, you know what I'm saying, to cut these heads in the industry. The reason I got into barbering was because I got tired of seeing black actors in the movies with messed up haircuts. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I'm dead serious. I used to look at him and say, why this man, he got a damn bowl cut, bro? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you two shows. What's that? The show with the 2 twins on Disney, their little brother, Tia Tamara, their little brother with the curly, he got curly hair, big, they light skin as hell. His name was bright white with a bowl cut. And then Thea, the little son on there, he had the kinky hair, but they had the flat top with the bowl cut, no blend or nothing. I was like, damn, why we always got to have the messed up haircuts? But then when I realized as I was getting older and getting into the industry, realizing that these were cosmetologists
doing hair,
and Caucasians trying to cut black kinky hair without really, you know what I'm saying?
And what the discussion we having right now with y'all is for some of y'all that may be new into the game is that this history that's being told is that there was a time that barbers weren't invited to the
not at all.
We couldn't get in the union,
and we couldn't get in the union, and so and I'm hoping that people that's watching this and can really get what I hope that will come from this conversation is that, one, I want to say personally as a barber, I want to thank you all for you all being, Nori and the whole major league for being a voice for us, because y'all was advocating for the industry because they weren't showing us no love. Like,
check this out. We were the first barbers to give a platform to all races, all cultures, all nationalities. You understand what I'm saying? We did. you come in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We get up on stage, you do your thing. We didn't discriminate. Like I said, no barbers were being recognized. No barbers. We look and look, we out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of these hairstyles and stuff you see, a lot of these influencers you see now all came through our classes.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I said, because we were the only ones at the time.
Yeah.
So just so to get a timeline for those that are watching, to get a understand the timeline, you said Nori and his brother Naj had started
Early
and everything,
2000,
early 2000. Y'all got when we say the classes started.
The classes
was
started.
it happening immediately,
well,
or how did the classes?
The classes started from coming off the floor. The shows, the big shows, was saying if you get a booth off the floor, we offer a class. So remember, we started in
Terry
Atlanta.
started us with the class.
But she had the barber
Because
boot
when
camp.
they came, it was the barber teaching the class.
Yeah.
Nori and Najee was
Right.
teaching the dye and how to do the seek. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And remember, we used to use the toothbrush for the dye.
Yeah.
And you take all the rows out, all the
That's the
brushes
old
out,
school.
all the
Y'all
bristles
getting some
out.
game right now.
Yeah.
so
You take all the bristles out of the toothbrush except the last row. You
Yeah.
left one row in there.
And then-
Right?
yeah.
And same thing today when everybody goes to Walmart and takes the Just for Men brush out of the box.
They used to just
Right.
Right.
And then even in the Just for Men, you take one row of the bristles off. And the reason for doing that is you have more control of the bristles
No doubt.
and you don't have as much splashback.
Yeah.
Y'all hearing this game right
and
now?
it's all technique, and they think it's an old technique, but it's still relevant today.
Yeah.
I was at a show walking past last year. We was at the same show. Caucasian barber she was prepping her model. She was prepping her model for the competition, and she was using the style that we created from our area. So I was like, "Who taught you that?" I'm like, "Barbara." I was like, I was trying to help her so that I could show you an easier way. But this where the respect of she didn't understand that these guys asked her about what the technique that she using, but I was like, "Yo, I could show you something," but she didn't even want to learn. But I'm like, "Yo, I'm one of them people that created that technique, so I
She
can
didn't-
show you
she
how
didn't
to."
realize.
She didn't realize I could show you how to flip it because who you got taught from somebody down the line. But I can really show you how the advanced day where you at,
Right.
or how to freak it now.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So you use the wrong product and you brush it wrong. But everybody just watching jokers on YouTube, they just going on what they seen.
Right.
They don't understand where it comes from and how to use it and how to use it today. It might be an old technique, but it's a way you can use it today.
Right.
Now with the brush and everything, some of the older barbers still doing the same technique because it gets it off. But it's always a newer technique today.
All the time.
All the
We
time.
always involved.
So you gotta when you at shows or barbers, somebody stop and look at your work, your question is, well, who are you? Because you never know. The next answer might be, well, I'm such and such, I can help you. So don't say, no, I don't know help because I'm about to win. I got no in this game.
So you know what I just thought about? So I'm gonna ask y'all some. Y'all can all take turns asking it, and we'll get to it. At some point, I want to ask y'all some questions of like some people for those that may want to get into competing. I want to talk about that.
Okay.
But going back to the timeline, not to cut you off.
Right.
So you said that you start, after meeting Nordy, then y'all did
Started doing classes.
to start doing classes.
Yeah.
Now, what about like I remember. Well, at least I remember from the magazine. I remember seeing the shirts and stuff like that. Was the shirts was at some point?
That was just like something that they had to sell
They were
to
selling.
make the
They were
generator
selling
to get money. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, because you had to have it because the catches and
Yeah.
for those that want to get into going to the
You
show,
have to have a
you
product.
gotta have a booth.
So
You
their
have a
product was the t-shirts. Different t-shirts with barber slogans on it. Hip hop barber, 80s haircut barbers had their
So
own
like,
logo.
was it like more like passive income to get the room?
Well, it
or
was
it
not.
No, that was
their main
painful
income.
because Terry had paid for all that. You
But
know
that was
what
the
I'm
old.
saying?
Terry only did two shows. She
yeah.
only did two shows. Terry did two shows, Miami and Chicago.
And who's Terry for those that may
Terry was a lady from Chicago that started the barber boot camp.
as you mentioned earlier.
She's the one that actually started taking the barbers on the road.
On the road.
Okay,
Okay.
gotcha.
After Terry, Nora and them just did their own thing.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And then when they came out to the shows, Terry she just did her own thing. Nora and them off of that seen another lane. So off of Terry, they seen a bigger game.
And then we
They
started
started
doing
doing
Miss
shows.
Terry.
we started doing the classes inside the shows. The
So,
Brown and
so they
Brothers.
started booking the shows. It started out, and of course in Atlanta, because that we did with your culture first. We did with Atlanta, get the booth down in Atlanta. We had T-shirts. Everybody wanted T-shirts. So it was a T-shirt company because they were selling their brand T-shirts.
Right.
But we was on stage cutting at the same time. So even the T-shirt game was selling, but we got to other products. We had a finger razor. We used to put on a finger and shape it up. We had different products that we was doing.
The first finger
The
raiser, how
first
about
finger
that?
razor. We had the finger razor. We suspend that.
Wait, hold on, I think I remember
We
that.
had our own oilless. We had the own oilless. We had
It was like
strawberry in
on
the
the
cherry.
thumb or something like that.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I remember
yeah,
I remember that.
So
That's dope.
we had different. We started getting the different products. That's where we were so young, and knowing that we're so young, everywhere we go, we'll learn something different. And next show we'll add it.
And added other DVDs, other instructional DVDs.
So it went from VHS.
This is nostalgia for me,
Yeah,
y'all. Y'all may not be feeling it. Y'all
It
hope
went
y'all
from-
seen this.
yeah,
This is
it
dope.
went from VHS DVDs it went from VHS tapes to DVDs, and then it went on to digital. So even that, it was hard for them they didn't even know how to do splits with the VHS DVD. Remember, this is all new.
All new. You building the plane that y'all going.
This all built. So today when barbers are spawning, you're doing a great job. Kudos to y'all, but this weren't all stuff yet.
Yeah.
So you might have been the ones that bought the VHS tape because all the big companies had VHS tapes, but it was only structured to selling clippers. We were selling haircuts and hairstyles. This is the new style. This is the style. This is how you do it.
And this is how you do it.
That's right. That's why if y'all see me zone out, I'm like
it's
throw back right now.
It's a crazy game when I see now when we used to go to city and didn't nobody know how to dye nothing. So we showing the dye, they like, wow. But it was old to us at the time. So now if it was old to us at that time teaching it, we up to 20 years later, it's the boom. You know what I'm saying? So different when cats see me cut and use it, my whole technique is different because of the longevity of using it. So when I do it on somebody that starting cutting hair, they like, God, damn. The technique different, that because the history. You know what I'm saying? Of different
And then
techniques.
the influence, like I say, our influence is so big. It was before the social media boom.
Yeah.
Because everything you see these guys doing now, we have already done it.
Yeah.
We've already showed it.
And I got all of
And we haven't. But then the good thing about it is we didn't keep it to ourselves.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
The
yeah.
purpose of knowledge is to give it to somebody else.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's useful,
Yeah,
useless.
right,
You feel what I'm saying?
right.
You know, like I'm gonna give you an example of how our influence is. Right? I had a student. He was pretty famous on the internet back then when we first had Rocky.
Okay, Rocky.
Right?
Yeah.
Rocky was one of my barber students.
Shout out.
Shout out to
Right?
Rocky.
Rocky he came up with a thing called Rock Did It.
Rocky,
right?
that's his,
Right, and it was his logo, right? But like I said, he was our influence. You know what I'm saying? He came under me.
He came under you. He came under the
Right?
game. Met us.
From barber school.
Yeah.
I brought him with me because he was the only student, you know what I'm saying?
That wanted to learn. That
right?
wanted to know.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
He a Mexican barber too.
no,
Ecuadorian, yeah.
right? So, you know, he got big, then he started doing the social media on Instagram and everything like that, right? So then I'm watching the interview, maybe like a year or two ago, maybe, with Mr. Official and Los Cut It.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to Los, and Los says, you know, it was a barber out of Miami, his name was Rocky, he had Rock Did It, right? That's influence.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? That's from me, from Rocky to him, without no social media. You understand what I'm saying?
That's the
And to
influence,
me, that's more important because it's more personal.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you see the influence. Like I said, I tell people, I don't get angry at it. I don't hate on any barbers because we all cut hair at the end of the day.
Yeah. And we
When
love
you
it,
go,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can talk trash all day here at the show, but when you go back home, none of that stuff means anything. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But all these major dudes that you guys see out here with 1 million followers, 150,000, they all came through us.
They was all in our
And
class.
they can't deny it. Like I say, because we was the only ones out here.
And I got the footage. Remember that. Don't let me post some
And
footage.
I'm
of
gonna give a
y'all
shout out
sitting in class.
to one dude that has a haircut that's revolutionized the game. Right?
Yeah, okay.
It's called the circle fade.
Yeah.
From my man Derek Torres, the Spanish explosion.
The Spanish explosion.
He was the one who invented the circle fade that you now
Period.
call it.
AK
That you
known
now
as
call
what?
it.
Well, his
AK
name
burst
now
fade.
was known now as what?
is known as the burst fade or the south of France. But Derek did the haircut on his cousin in Atlanta, Georgia.
Shout out to Derek.
Carlos put it in Solid Gold magazine. It was featured big time in the Big Pink Solid Gold magazine, and from there, it went from there to the Usher Award for one of his album covers when he had the mohawk and Curtis from my what's Curtis company called Exotics. He did the haircut, learning from Derek. He did did the haircut.
Shout out Curtis.
On Usher and called it the South of France. And after that, it was everybody running around giving South of France, but it was the circle. We was saying the circle fade. And then some other barbers named it the burst fade. It's evolution. It's, of course the name gonna change, but it's the same style.
Right.
So don't think he hasn't done. We got the footage and we got the paperwork and the documentation that on print he was the first one with that haircut on print. You might have did it in your shop, but it's not. When it's not on print or nothing, we can't see a timeline.
That went
the magazine
national.
drop. It's on print.
Right.
Period. You know what I'm saying?
And that's so y'all hearing some facts here, some interesting facts that you have it where what we call the burst was once originally called the circle fade.
That's
crazy.
Even that. So I'm gonna get our guy in there. Major League Barber also spawned a guy on the end. His name was
wait for to say something.
Yeah, his name Lico. But we was at a show. It used to be a competition in Secaucus, New Jersey, a show in Secaucus, New Jersey. But this particular show, they had the reality show called Jersey Licious. This is a reality show called Jersey Licious. You can look it up online, everything. Jersey had I think 8 seasons. Jersey Licious was a Caucasian show about called salon, beauty salon. And they came to the show, to our battle, and they filmed at our battle. So when they filmed at our battle, Lico was a student barber right now. He came up and entered in the battle. So they set me and Nor down with the commentators. Look, y'all do what y'all do. We're gonna tell the Jersey Licious actors we live, and they was doing that live stuff. We was their microphone talking. So me and Nor was hype. We about to be on a reality show, Jersey Licious. They gonna we on the microphone. So me and him all geeked up on the low, getting our best vocals out. So we on the microphone, kind of like battling for the cleanest vocal of how to play on the battle. Then when the tape came out, he gets the video.
The whole crib was like,
the student get the video.
The student gets on the show, him cutting in the competition. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
And you just hear our microphone, you hear us in the background. So still today, just imagine, right? Still today, reality shows don't even come to a battles and film nothing like that. But we that tells you the influence how Major League Barber's name was so big at the time, and it's still big. But at the time, it was the only one. They came to the show. A Caucasian salon recorded at a show which was based upon a black company giving a barber battle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They came watch the battle. If you don't believe me, it's called Jersey Licious. You can look it up. I think it was one of the season 2000, I want to say 9 or 10. Something like that. You can see the show. You can see Malik. So Malik, how you think it went?
Yeah, so tell us how you stole the show, man.
No,
tell how that went. Tell your version.
Me and my man came up there, and to get in the competition. But I was trying to do like a all-round feed with a curly top at the top or whatever. And I was nervous as hell, I'm not gonna lie. I was nervous as hell. But it was dope being up there. And looking back at it now, that was like my first and only competition I've ever been in. But looking back at it, it was definitely dope because I came up there to go to a show.
Yeah.
You know, I said just to look around, walk around and stuff. They like, yo, you wanna be in the competition? Like off the rip.
Right.
It was cool.
But that speaks to our conversation like we had on our previous conversation that we had about telling listeners or our viewers like the importance of networking.
Right.
And then showing up.
And showing up.
Gotta show up.
Gotta show up. Network. And like I said, the barber battle today and in the future, as you see.
That's one of the questions I will ask you.
It's barber battles. It's a barber battle every week for somewhere in the United States, everywhere. But I see two worlds happening now. Barber battle started. Now the barber battle experience exploded. But now it's a barber battle every week. So now some of the trophies really don't mean anything. Because now you can't walk into a shop without seeing somebody won a competition somewhere in the barber battle, which is fine. That's all good competition battle. But I tell my man, I tell everybody, Naha is one of the biggest hair, is the biggest hair industry show. You know what I'm saying? And they have a barber thing that I judge. I'm one of the judges for the barber situation. This year, Naha 2024, there was only 6 people in it. So you got all these barber battles with 30, 40 people in all these competitions, but I get frustrated because the people that's doing the battle don't tell you about the Naha.
Can you talk about the Naha? Since we got can you talk about what Naha is?
Yeah, Naha is the
it's like a national.
It's a national. I forgot what Naha stands for. Naha, please don't kill me over it.
But the hairstylist arts or something like that?
Yeah, it's produced by the Pro Beauty. It's been going on for years. It's the top of the line. There's no hair battle bigger than Naha to me, and I think it is. It's the biggest one in the United States. Everybody in the hair business is there from every culture. So they do have a men's category, which they don't call it a barber. They call it a barber battle, but it started out as the men's category. But the difference is you send your pictures in. So they want to see a picture of before the haircut, after the haircut, and then they want to see a picture with the photographer's edits. So those are 3 pictures you judged on. What to look like before, the dry cut, and then the edits. So the reason why a lot of barbers don't want to get it because the money you spend. but the money you spend is worth it because if you win, all the sponsors come. So that's the cue. If you win a regular barber battle, you just get the trophy and maybe a small a check and maybe a little small company will say, come rock my clipper and all that.
Right.
But again, all them barber guys, this is why I hate the barber game is just the negative part. They don't tell the younger barber battles, just enter in the nine. You skip over that battle
That's deep.
and go to the big boy battle.
Just go ahead and go start from
Go straight from the big boy battle.
battle.
So if I was young at 25, 23, I wish somebody told me you can skip them barber battles. Just go to the big dog.
That was going to be one of my questions. I did want to go down the line. I at least would, whoever would answer was like, what tip would you give someone that want to get into barber competition? You sound kind of
Just go to the big dog. Now I'm not telling you not to go to be in the rest of the barber battles, even compete or watch. I always tell barbers, compete in any battle one time so you can get the feel how it felt. It's not about winning. It's about, damn, I got the feel of being in this battle. I know what it feels like and take. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then if you want to stay in it, go to the big dog. You can still do the small one, but try the big dog out. Because if you win the big dog, you'd be surprised. Now, I know I'm not going to say no name. Some big-time social media barbers that work for companies entered, and then a younger guy entered that didn't nobody know, and he won because it's not all your popularity. You know, how many people got social media? Once again, you send your pictures in. So when you send your pictures in, it's like 20 people judging. Barber, cosmetology, estheticians, it's all kind of people judging on what they like or the criteria. So now you're getting judged correctly. There's no, oh man, I think this thing was bootleg or he paid him off. None of that. You never know who's judging. You get selected. It's real business. That's
And
what
I think that was cool too. Like I said, I was going just to walk around the show.
Yeah.
But being thrown into something like that was kind of like, it was like a self boost. You know what I'm saying? You look around because of course I ain't win.
Right.
But you're looking around to see at the time, like
Right.
that was big. You get to see the other haircuts, and it kind of like put me in a, you gonna take it serious or not type of situation.
Right.
Competition.
About somebody getting into competition.
Hey, I mean, you got to be mentally prepared. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, there's gonna be a whole bunch of people around.
Yeah.
A lot of distractions. You got to stay focused. You know, just come prepared, stay focused, and hopefully, whatever haircut or whatever style you've done it a few times. So if you do get nervous or lose your place, you can still bang the haircut out and then can do a good job. But yeah, just come in there focused and ready to go, man.
I'm not gonna give no ideas about the battle, but all the battles, once again, it has the same either ball fade, either enhancement battle, or now when Nora and them started the 3-on-1, and which really
They did a review of like, well, I don't know if it's new or not, but I saw they was just for us in our areas when they critique the
instructor thing
Student with
and
instructor.
all
and
those.
I participated in that.
No disrespect to nobody. And I know the guy, like I know most of the people, I know majority of the people in the game that's been around for the last 15, 20 years. No disrespect. I remember that thing. I was against that. The instructor helping the student game, but I get it. You try to come up with some creative ways of to do the barber battle situation, which is cool. But now every battle got the same.
So why you against it, man? 'Cause I was in it.
The reason why I was against it because you could have just said a student battle. You know, because when I judged it, it ended up the teacher really does most of the work. You know what I'm saying?
So I will tell you the way they did it at our show. I can't speak for any other show, so they did it where we couldn't.
No, they say that, but they help.
But I didn't.
Don't get it twisted.
We talked, but we weren't
Yeah.
allowed to touch the clip.
No doubt, and absolutely. So the best, I'm gonna give a gem right now. I'm gonna give a gem for all y'all people that's doing barber battles. Still to date, there hasn't been cosmetologists when they battle. They used to do grab bags. Whatever bag is in front of the chair, in front of your model, whatever in that bag, you gotta use. Now, how can you flip that with a barber game? Okay, you can come with your personal shape-up clippers. You know what I'm saying? Your trimmers. But whatever clipper in that bag, you gotta perform a haircut. So what that does is that takes out. What that does, that takes out the barber coming with his basic clipper that he's been freaking with all the time. So now he don't know what's in the back, or Walls, or Andy's, or Oscar. You know what kind of clipper it is. So now, whatever clipper, I'm so skilled, whatever clipper in my hand, I can rock.
Yeah.
Because I'm a master. So a lot of barbers, well, I like this such and such clipper.
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, this time you messing with another company.
Right.
Can you freaking the same? Because they all detachable arms, or they all adjustable arm or detachable.
Yeah, Walt did that on.
Can you really rock?
Yeah.
So now we're not putting the pressure on cats. When me and Nori was competing, we had to do 5 models at one time. It wasn't just one. Y'all rocking with one. So if people was ever want you to get in the battle just for OG battle, if I got to do one here, that's easy.
Right.
I just do 5.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? I said,
Right, that's a whole different perspective. I ain't look at it. Yeah, that's dope.
Even that, or you find the model for the barber.
So y'all do, wait, hold on, I want to go, so you said, so y'all would do 5 people
Well, our
at one time?
competition back in the day was you had to do we did 5 models, and every model had hair was based on your haircut, how it matched your clothes. So we had to dress them too.
You had to do the whole.
We had to do the total
whole
look.
thing.
We had to dress them and cut them. So now every haircut.
Total
had-
look for all 5?
Yeah,
So now,
that's what used to be
so
total
now
look.
if you had a ball fade, if the ball fade, you dress like this, you had this kind of hairstyle for this, so every hairstyle couldn't be the same. So that was more, that's why everybody was in it.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So now today, you just come up there, but I get it's the winning game. I can get 50 people in a fading competition for $100 a head. It's a money grab. No hate on buys money. I get the game. But somewhere down the line, you have to have one of them competitions, an advanced competition to put the pressure
Yeah.
on
I mean,
barbers
come
to
on,
see who can really rock.
I mean, 5 cuts, that's
Yeah,
y'all
because
putting in that work.
now you got teacher competition, you got 3-on-1, which again in Puerto Rico, when I did that competition in Puerto Rico, they had 100 barbers. They had a competition over there that had 3 people on one, but the 3-on-1 was the haircut. You had a barber, you had a person that did the makeup, and then you had a person that did the clothes, and they had to sit. When you did the haircut in Puerto Rico, that model had to sit like a mannequin. He had to stay still for a certain amount of time. So you was judging what the mannequin looked like. So the only place I seen it in 30 years was in Puerto Rico. So now they had to sit like a mannequin. So now each person, the barber was judged on his haircut, the makeup artist was judged on him, and it was judged on the clothes. So you went to a broader horizon. It's just not about the barber. It's about everybody there. We all got to come together and make a concept.
If we see some mannequin
you got
inspired
it first,
shows,
yeah.
y'all heard it here first.
Got it
Underrated
first.
profession.
Yeah.
Craig Skills.
Yeah, you got it first. So
got it first. Yeah.
the other thing, I wish that in the barber battles, the people that run the barber battles are letting barbers put their earphones in and listen to their own music. So the barbers trying to tune the energy out. The barber, it's a battle. Tell them you can't put your earphones in. You want the energy in the music to see
all the
under
elements,
pressure.
all the elements.
So now
pressure?
that leads, you know what, that leads into one of the questions that we're going to ask you is that where do you see barber battles at today? Like what do you pros, cons, or direction you see it going?
The direction
what's your thoughts
well,
of the barber?
it came to a head. When I say it came to a head, the people that's producing are running out of ideas on what categories. They run out of ideas, and that comes from a lot of people that's in it. They might have been in the barber battle one time, but they can't create it. They don't know the history. They create different styles. So now, remember, this is segregated business. That's why a lot of blacks not entering, because now it's Caucasian or Latino dominant with their hairstyle. So the blacks, I'm not even going to enter because I'm never going to win, because the black haircut model is different from everybody else. So now, I'm giving too many gems.
I know you.
But to kill that for y'all barber show owners, if y'all want the black barbers to come out, you have to say, hey, we got Afro haircut competition. That's gonna single everybody out. That brings the black barber gonna come. Who gonna do a
straight
up to date
with
box?
shears.
Right. So something like that. So now it forces the black barbers to come out because they see a competition for their clients. You know what I'm saying? Now, if any other nationality want to get in there, they have to get a client that's black. Now, if you want to do a competition with shears, well, we use a strict shears. Anybody can get in there. But we know a lot of barbers can't freak the shears, so you got to deal with the clippers. But if you have, in this competition, you only can use shears. you only gonna have 5 or 6 or 10, but you're introducing something new. So tell the other barbers, get your game up.
Right.
But that's
Well,
just a dream because we dealing with people they gotta get y'all money. So
Right.
it don't make money.
So what and I like to hear y'all your opinions on as well as so going back to that same question, like where do you see barber battle, what mentioned about the shears, is that what you would recommend the direction that we need to go in? Like where do you see
I think it's coming
what would you like to see out
I
of
think
it?
it's coming to a head now that we've been doing the barber battles for at least 15 years. I think now it has to change where we completely get away from the battle. You know what I'm saying? Because it's everything, remember, everything doesn't stay the same. So we've been barber battling for the last 15, almost 20 years. It's either going to completely stop, but it can't stop because there's always new barbers want to get a trophy.
Right.
But now it's so watered down, the trophy don't mean nothing.
So are you saying to get rid of the barber battles, meaning by name wise,
Well,
or
it has
just
to
come with a whole new
It has
concept?
to be something new because social media is involved.
Concept for
It has a
it.
concept. So
The whole
now
concept.
it has to be some kind of battle that deals with online more than you have to be somewhere and everybody has to cut online. So now when you go live on any major platform, you see the boxes of all the barbers from across the country battling online.
So it need to
And we
be
judge from there.
like a barber versus type of.
It'd be like a
Oh,
barber
like a
versus,
barber
you know what I'm saying?
versus,
Like
that'd be
that.
hot.
So,
Yeah,
so,
like
but
that.
then a lot of barbers got to get out their ego and not scared. So if you got 100,000 followers, you say you that guy, don't get scared to get called out the battle. Mr. 100 follower
followers,
guy,
you're right.
if you hand that nice, because at the end of the day, we always said in the barber triangle, Philly, Delaware, and South Jersey, all that is fluff. What your hand look like?
I like
What
that.
your barber hand like? At the end of the day, don't tell me, don't show me no pictures.
That's an icon
what
shirt.
your hand look like.
That's a shirt.
I don't want to hear you.
That's
I don't
a
want to
shirt.
see your picture hand. It might not be you. I want to see you live and in color. Cut. Can you really rock live and in color with 10 barbers around you watching with the barber mean face? Can you really cut? Because when barbers come by,
We come ice grill. We come ice grill.
any barber battle you go to, everybody in the crowd got the barber mean face.
They do.
So that's why I hate when you put the earphones in and you let them cut on stage. Take them earphones out so you can hear the audience saying, I don't like 10 over there, 9 over there, I'm going to buckle. Hear that? Can you cut under pressure? Because like me, put them cats under pressure. You know what I'm saying? It's too much cuteness going on in the barber battle. It's a battle, ain't
It's a
it?
battle.
Take the
Just
earphones
go
out.
for
Get
the
out there
juggler.
And go for the juggler, get under pressure. So get the cords bumping, get the twinking. So now you can see who can come out under pressure because everybody nervous, they sweating, they raising and everything. And
I didn't even think about it. I didn't even until we started having this discussion. Like I didn't even think about the earbuds.
No,
I didn't
take
even
that
think
out.
about that.
Take that out.
That is kind of
And-
giving them a little.
And it should be 50%.
They don't hear the noise.
They don't hear the noise. They don't hear the mumbling.
Yeah, a lot of jokers are putting designs and parts and all that's cute. But when I judge today, if I see a bloodline in one of your designs, like a clean up bloodline, you're not winning. You're cutting.
Well, hold on. That's the question I want to ask y'all.
You're cutting on the conversation.
So with that being said, as a judge, right? But that's a good segue into another question I'm going to ask. And I'm assuming everybody judged before. Have you spent judging? You haven't, right? And I judged here and there, but I'm gonna let y'all go. So, as a judge, I'm trying to make sure I remember the question correctly, but I'm putting my own words. But basically, what are some things you're looking for when you're going into doing your mindset? You're going into judging haircuts. I know they're gonna be like rules, obviously, of going to battle that have certain general rules. But what do you look for as a judge when you're going into judging haircuts? I know you mentioned about the bloodline and something like that.
Well, one of the main things I look for before Rashid told, one of the main things I look for is I look at everybody's clippers, their setup clippers. You know, are you coming professional? Even if it's a barber battle, at least bring your gear in professionally and set your gear professionally because at the end of the day, we are in a professional business. So it's your gear, if your gear set up good, if you don't got black tape covering cracks and you're in a barber battle, what your clippers looking like? We in the States where there's clipper companies everywhere, you shouldn't have no raggedy clippers. So, or you're, remember you come to the battle, but that's still your station. So now I'm looking at, is the dual station clear? Because if you got a messy station, I hope the haircut hotter than your setup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so next I look at how you even, your whole process of cutting. what I'm saying? So if you all around doing, even though that's your
Talking
style,
like their system is in. How they
do you have a system in reaching your goal? Do you know what you're doing while you cutting? I'm not even, before I even look at the final product, do he know what he's doing? How he barber moving?
So those are the things you looking at as
I'm looking at that for myself.
Yeah.
Besides what they tell me to look at, how your barber moving. So when I enter the judges and somebody would say number 9 is dope, but I don't know. I'm like, look, man, I don't know what you're looking at. Number 9, station is tight. His barber swag was moving tight. That's a Sears barber guy over there. And that's a Sears haircut. You might like the flashing good over there, but he got a razor cut in the back. He cleaned it up, which is supposed to clean up. But you cut somebody. That means you was nervous. You really not that guy. You know what I'm saying? And your whole station is all over. He got stuff everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Stuff.
Hold on, I'm going to come back to that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to come back to that. That's another question. But
Yeah.
how do you, when you go in and judging, what do you know?
I just go in. I mean, I don't really get in like with Jack. He said he's nice for himself.
Yeah.
I don't care about. I you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, like it's a competition. So I'm just looking at the finished product.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm looking to make sure, like I said, there's no irritation, there's no red marks, there's no cuts, no bloods, or anything. You know what I'm saying? Just like a good haircut. Just like if you're in the barber shop, somebody cuts a good haircut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything's blended in. The lines are crisp. You know what I mean?
So then, how do you handle? Which that's what you do.
Yeah.
You just handled my question.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? I love it though.
Yeah.
So then, how do you you sparked the question? I remember. So how do y'all handle as judges? Because I judged a couple of them, but I never really had no controversy. But if you had controversy in it, meaning like you said, questioning them, they like the flash over here, but then you see the cut over here. How do y'all handle, especially the bigger shows, you handle dealing with controversy among judges? How do y'all settle that, or how do y'all
It's
come
kind
to a
of,
conclusion?
it's
How
always,
does that work?
that's always kind of hard because again, every barber in the world got the huge ego.
Yeah, we
Everybody's
do.
the best.
Yeah, we
that's
do.
one. For 2 is
Shout out to everybody.
Yeah,
I used to line everybody do say we artists, we sensitive about our shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
I always ask the judges first, have you ever competed before? So if that judge never competed before, then he just out there just freelancing like, you know. Now the ones that have competed before know the pressure. You know what I'm saying? Know the pressure. So again, it goes by what we looking at. Some judges get tired of judging. They get tired of looking at hair. They just hurry up and get somebody to win.
Just wait till somebody
win. We in the state now, so many barber battles, there's money on the line. Don't get it twisted. I always keep 100. Rashid tell you, I keep 100. People are getting paid to win. They paying the back door to win.
Yeah.
Don't think it ain't happening.
It's happening.
You know what I'm saying? They're getting paid the back door.
It's
to
cliquish
win.
too.
And it's cliquish and it's shop cliquish. So if you want to get it, this the lane you're going into. A lot of people that's supposed to win didn't win. If it's close, they might. It depends on the game or who's throwing it.
Yeah, I was in
Or the popularity.
I was in a competition one time, and they wanted to give me the win, but they came to me and told me, like, hey, dude been rolling with us for a while, so we're gonna let him get it.
So that
You know what I'm
confirmed
saying?
it. See, y'all confirmed it.
So it does happen.
That confirmed it.
Especially at the smaller show, you know what I'm saying?
Your
But I had
town.
they told me, they said, you won, but Buddy been rocking with us for a while, and he been rolling with us. So
Ain't that something? I've heard.
So
y'all, you confirming something that I was going. I'm like, man, I say, hold on.
Now that happened to me. That happened to me. I was in a competition in my early years down Richmond, Virginia. So I blew everybody out the water. But the person it was a wall battle. They let this other guy win. But the wall educator at the time was Hayward Watkins. He was OG. He was one of the first wall educators. And I think he was the first African-American wall barber that had his own clipper from Wall. So y'all know who he is. Hayward Watkins did the wall barber poster. Remember the yellow one? The yellow poster.
He got the goatee.
Nah.
There's another guy from Walls there.
That's way before him.
Oh, okay.
So Hayward Watkins is the photographer. He's from Richmond, Virginia. But he did that one poster you got in your shop. It's the yellow poster wall. It's yellow and what? It's an old wall poster. They sell them. It was in an Ice Cube barbershop movie. You got this poster. So he said, "Yo, you supposed to win, but they had to get to that guy. But I got you." That's what he said. So he put my haircut at that battle. He put on the wall poster. So that's why if you got the wall poster,
Shout out.
all the haircuts are showing hairstyle. But my poster, this is the trick. My poster got a crazy beard, and I used the white outline pencil on this beard back then. So not to go.
I remember seeing that too.
It's on the poster. I only got a picture of it. So go back to how stuff spin around. That was back then. 2 years after the pandemic, the Philly young kids was putting a white pencil around people's edges, and all the barber community was disrespecting them. That's crazy what y'all doing. It just spun back around. Don't worry about what they're doing.
That was
It's their era now. When y'all say that, it's a poster that a Wild Style barbershop, which Nori West owned. All the haircuts on there had the white pencil. It was the thing that they did up in Philly. I copied it. It worked for me in the battle. The kids today, 14, 15 barbers, they spun it around and put it on the dime. So don't get mad at them by lane because you don't understand it. You the same person that didn't understand putting dye in your face.
Yeah.
So let them live when they create or spin back some new stuff.
Yeah.
You disrespect the barber game. Remember love, honor, and respect when you joke somebody else's style. Nah, that's their style. It's spin back. Understand it. Put it in your cutting bag just in case you get a kid that want it.
Yeah, it's funny you
And it's
said
in
that
your
'cause now
bag.
you making me think back because I'm going back to the back.
Yeah.
I'll go back to the back. I remember seeing the white outline on the back in the day in the
Take a
magazine.
picture. So if everybody, all y'all barbers out there, it's a wall barber per post. It's probably in your shop. It got the yellow at the bottom. Look at the photographer. It's gonna say Hayward Watkins. He did 3 posters for walls. I'm on there. G Wiz is a barber. You talking about G Wiz? G Wiz is a barber. He did majority haircuts. A lot of barbers
I'm
from
talking
Chicago.
about Ben. No, I'm talking about Ben Phillips.
Okay, Ben, Ben. It wasn't
That's
Ben
all.
yet.
It wasn't
But
Ben.
his name Hayward Watkins. He's still doing hair, but he from the 70s. But he did the posters for walls. He did them early wall posters. It was in the movie barber. If you go the movie barbershop, the first one, soon to come on, show all them haircuts. That's the poster. You'll see my picture. I think my picture was number 16 or 19, and that was Trey Songz DJ.
Wow.
That was became Trey Songz DJ at the time.
Wow, that's what's up.
So that's the
Okay. All right. So with that, so we talked about. So with that being said, do y'all have since we doubling back here to y'all saying barber battles, and I know your memory when you stole the show. But I was gonna say, do y'all have a favorite, or is there a barber battle that you participated in that you remember today, like your favorite one? Do you have like
That
a
I was
favorite
in
barber
or I
battle
judged.
that you was in? And we'll come back to the judge.
Yeah, the one I was in.
We'll do both, I guess.
I guess I was in a barber battle. It was just, I ain't gonna date myself. I'm not going. I was in a barber battle. Nah. I was at nah. Okay, I'll tell that story since everybody knows this guy. I tell this story real quick, and I'm gonna say his name because that's my boy on the front. They know him. Call him as my boy. All right. I took my barbers to a battle. One of my barbers went to college, and when he was in college, he was going to a barber shop in that area in the college, which is Lancaster, Pennsylvania. That barber was Tyreek. I don't know if Tyreek last name
Jackson.
Tyreek Jackson was his barber. So through that client, Tyreek became friends with my barber that worked for him. So I was going to barber battle. So I said, I'm taking y'all to battle. I'm not in it. I'm putting you on the battle. I'll help y'all in the battle. Tyreek wanted to come. So he was in the battle too. I said, Tyreek, I don't know this guy, but he could be in the battle too. So he came with his model. I think it was his first battle he was in. He was in the battle. When I get to the show in New Jersey, they say, yo, Greg, you ain't in it now. We got another slot. You want to be in it? I said, I don't got a model. So one of the models' friend was there. He said, you can cut my hair. So I went in the bathroom, men's bathroom, and was cutting this dude's hair. Tyreek came to meet me, so we in the men's bathroom, I'm cutting, he answers me non-stop questions, I'm cutting, he watching me cut, right? So I'm in the battle that he in. So we get on stage, I win the battle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I win the battle. Tyreek came in second, my other barber came in third. I had 3 barbers and one of the barbers came in third. So we swept the whole thing.
But see, this is an example that I had to write it down to make sure I wanted to say this. So this is an example of what we tell students about pushing through, persevering, still show up.
Still show up.
Gotta show up.
So I got the receipts because I got the DVD of all of us took the picture with our trophies. So now, phase to the day, before the pandemic, 2019, I was at a show. Major League Barber had a panel with high-end barbers on there. Tyreek was one of the barbers. So I just walked in the room after my class. I stood in the back. So he seen me. He said, hold up, dog. Before I answer this question, y'all know this guy in the back. This is Craig Skills. That's the he beat me one time, and he never lost the battle after that.
Nice.
But that was his hunger.
Yeah.
That's why I propped Reek. I was like, damn, Reek, like, after that, you said I'm not losing again.
Perseverance.
And he never lost again. He was busting everybody ass.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, so he tell that story all the time. I didn't know until he said, yo, I tell that story to my students all the time. That's the dude I'm talking about,
Right.
that I lost to. Him right there. So he gave me my props, which is I love him for that.
And that's
He didn't
what's-
have to do that.
Yeah.
Because all barbers have egos. So that was a funny story that it happened that I wasn't supposed to be in it.
Right, and then
And
he
won.
walked away, and that's what's so funny. And I'm gonna come to you in a second, but it's like I just had a student just recently was at a battle, and he took an L.
Yeah.
But I was telling him, I was like, "Yo, this is your first time." First of all, he was totally green.
Yeah.
So he'd come to school totally green. So Rampage Cuts,
Yeah.
Rampage Vision, shout out. But I was trying to tell him he was super hungry.
Yeah.
I mean, he came out there, did his thing, but he didn't win.
Okay.
But I was telling him,
Okay.
I said the thing is you actually participated.
Participate. You got to
I
feel.
said you got to do it one time, so that
feel.
next time you go back,
You know what
you
you're
know what
doing.
you're feeling for. You got it. You're not gonna win the
feel
first
it.
time. You got to
Yeah.
go in there. You got to get the feeling. And that's what you made me think about that when you said that. You know what I'm saying? So now when you just said that was your favorite, one of your favorite stories of the Barber battle. But now as a judge, do you have a favorite show that you judge? That you can
Yeah, we
remember?
judged the first Barber battle that made it through at the IBS show. I forgot what the competition criteria was, but we had a guy. He had to be 75 years old, Caucasian barber. He entered in the I think it was a competition of some kind of pompadour hairstyle. He entered.
Okay.
We were shocked. We thought he was here with his son. He said, "No, I'm a barber. I'm in it."
Right.
So he got on stage and he did a sheer cut on his head. And we was backstage, so a lot of barbers that we had judges didn't grade him high. But I was like, yo, y'all, he used shears when he cut them. Other guys are using clippers on that pompadour.
Right.
How dare y'all not get it? So this the one time, well, there's a lot of times, but this is the one time we said, look, yo, he gotta win.
Yeah.
So we doing the third place, second place. He won. So you ever see a person that could be your grandpa cry? Because he battling everybody underneath his age group. It's not his haircut wasn't dope. The haircut was fly. But he won.
Yeah.
So his experience is like, yo, I went up against the young bucks.
Season, yeah.
Bust that.
Yeah.
On the
Made
old
him-
school
made him-
swag,
made
and
him-
I won. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes he taught all the rest of the young barbers, yeah, I'm still nice.
Yeah. That's
So
dope.
don't get it twisted. He's like, I'm still. So that's the one that we gave up. Made sure he won, but respectfully, he should have won. It's just the young cats didn't look at him as a barber because he was up there with all gray hair, had the wire bars up, in the suit, cutting in the suit,
Like a grown man.
Yeah, like a grown man
style,
cutting.
doing his thing.
But at the end of the day, his hands worked and his eyes worked. So the skill level was still there when he picked the shears up. Just remember that. No matter how old you get, keep your hand hot.
Yes, right. Y'all hear that, right? All right. So, she would say your favorite for yourself personally, and then like a judging wise. Do you have any that?
I never really. I think like maybe 2 or 3 competitions. Probably like I said, the first one, like the one that I actually, the guy told me that I won, but he had to give. I didn't even. It was kind of like a Craig situation.
Okay.
They didn't really. I was like, he's like, you gonna get the competition? I said, no. I said, I ain't even sign up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just actually jumped into it like on the humble, like right there last minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that was my first time and my first experience, and then like
Sometimes it's better that way. Like you don't have like I was saying, like you think about it.
you don't have time to get nervous.
Yeah.
It's a jump in. It's a jump in.
Jump right on in.
It's a jump in and go.
And then what about judging wise? What would you say?
Here's where my resistance.
You have a favorite? No
No,
favorite
no,
judge?
no.
All right, so I got 1 or 2 more questions. I'll let y'all go. I know y'all busy folks. You know what I'm saying? And so we talked about it. So what were suggestions would you give someone, a student, or somebody just getting out that want to get into competition? What suggestions would you give?
Any competition in the area, first start off with that. Even if it's a school competition, you have to get the jitterbugs out of competing. In competition, when you go, just take the best haircut that you feel that you can do and finish the haircut. You know you can finish this haircut in time, do that haircut first. It's cool if you don't win. You got the jitters of competing. Because next time when you go, you know what you're going to do, what you need to work on, and you know how you're going to present yourself. Remember, it's still a show. At the end of the day, barber battle. So you're going to come dressed different, your gear going to be looking different, and you're going to attack the head different at the barber battle. Don't be afraid when you're in the battle when you're cutting to So when you cutting, if you gonna shape him up, come look at this. I'm about to shape him up. Just subliminal look at it because you want the judge like, what is he waving his arm for? Let's go see what he's doing. That's all showmanship. You know, be the showmanship. Don't think about just do your hands, different hand gestures to make it like you're doing something special.
Right.
Than just straight cutting in your shop. Remember, it's a show.
Yeah.
So you want to show off as best as possible.
Yeah.
And then it's the tools. Make sure your tools up ready to go. So I say every barber should at least enter one time in the competition. Some like it, some don't. Some fall addicted to it.
Yep.
Some just want to enter one time.
Some people get addicted to the trophy.
They get addicted to the trophy.
Yeah.
Who's buddy in Chicago that be winning all the time and shit? That was dude name, man.
I know a couple guys.
Every dude, every battle. Now I'm not talking about Nas.
No.
There's another dude from Chicago. And every competition he entered, bro,
He addicted. And that's cool.
Yeah, he even said that. Even at the last one. Last Major League show, maybe like 2 or 3 shows ago, he was like, "I'm just retired," right? But he said, "Listen, what he said now. I'm just retiring from this category."
Oh, but see, I was if I would meet him, I'd be like, "Well, you didn't get started." He's like, "Why? You ain't never entered a now."
Yeah.
So you playing around in these competitions and you blow them away, but the big dog.
So that'll be a next suggestion to them.
The big dog, what keeps you away from this? 2 reasons keep you away. The people you dealing with don't know it exists. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want you over there.
Yeah.
We don't want you over here. Because I'm a judge, but I'm competing over here. So I don't want you where I'm not battling me. You nice.
Right.
So don't get it twisted. If a barber judging you, he looking at you as a threat. When you in the bar battle, kill it.
Yeah.
He's like, man, I ain't telling that joker where to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 'cause
I
that's
allow me, I'm
competition.
like, yo, man, you need to go over here. And then you need to go over there.
Right.
You know, these are ways you need to go. So it's only a few barbers that's going to tell you about the whole game. They just going to get bits and pieces and keep you down. Remember, still is a competition.
Still a
game.
competition.
Find the ones that's going to tell you about how to move in the industry.
Yeah, and I like when you mentioned about earlier about the whole doubling back to about the different clippers. I remember when I was in school, that's something that I showed you say all the time. Like when we go back and visit the school, and he'd be like, "Yo, go do a haircut for him." I'm like, "Nah," and that happened to me one time. I was like, "Nah," I said, "Nah, I ain't got my clippers with me." He said, "You a barber? You supposed to cut? You be able to cut with anything." I said, "You should be able to cut." You said, "You should be able to cut with anything. It don't matter." You know what I'm saying? And then so I always remember that. So if you said that, that took me back to that. Like, there's no excuses about it. Because if you say you're a barber, you should be able to. No matter what you
pick
do.
it up.
And then when I did a American crew training in one year
Vegas,
up in Chicago, I went to one of their up into their
they got
studio
dope
there.
training,
And that's what they did. I'm bringing my clip, but they're like, nah, here you go. And it was great. It was a great experience. You know, to get you out of your comfort zone. Same thing with the shears. But one thing I tell our students is their hair only has one color. That's green.
That's
you know,
green.
So you need to be able to cut everything. You should be able to use every tool that you got in your kit. Now, of course, obviously, whatever your personal hair texture is, you'll probably be more comfortable with. And of course, you'll have your favorite. You may love your shears, your clippers, your shears, or vice versa. But you should know how to do everything.
You know how to do everything.
Because you never know how it may impact.
Right.
It coming into a competition. So, what would you say we give somebody for? I know you had that one experience that turned into opportunity.
As far as getting into
like
competition,
what would you give to tell someone about getting into competition?
I think honestly, you gotta start off with the self-confidence piece. Like without that, you're not moving nowhere. You're not doing nothing.
Yeah.
But I think at the same time, like I said, going back to that one competition, it was just a learning experience. Like even though we come home with a trophy, I was hyped. You know what I'm saying? We got back on that train hyped. Like we was really in front of all these cameras, everybody talking, pointing, looking at the competition and all that. But also, I didn't know that we was gonna be on there. You know what I'm saying? Greg had expectations trying to be on there, talking and all that. But when the show came out, I was upstairs in my room. I was still in high school at the time. I was upstairs in my room, and my mom downstairs going crazy. So you hear your mom going crazy, jump down the steps. What's going on? You're like, boy, you on TV? I'm like, huh? Doing what? Like the show was like months ago. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking on the TV. I see myself cutting. She rewinded. Like, I see myself cutting. Everybody in the house was hyped. So just that's when I felt as though they knew like, yo, he taking this serious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then to think that you stepped up to the challenge with that opportunity when that
like I said, we was there looking for clippers,
like we always do.
You know what I'm saying? For cutting, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And we just got in there, and it was good.
That's
It was
dope.
real
That's
good.
dope. That's dope.
Real good.
That's real dope. Well, I guess we can start wrapping it up here anyway, because I know I've been taking a lot of your time, so I
Absolutely.
appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely,
No, the
man.
Naha, I'm gonna be out at Naha tonight.
I'm just gonna come see it.
Tonight
Even the
anyway.
red carpet outside is good. You get to get them clips.
Yeah, I went the whole experience. Yeah, I got me some tickets. I'm going
Get the whole experience and just see the competition. Like I said, it's gonna blow your mind away of how you're gonna see the industry that you in. Is more steps.
Yeah.
I mean, you got your shop, you got your education, the podcast going on, but you're gonna see more steps, and then you're gonna meet people in other steps, just like you just did in this podcast room. You met some other people. It's other steps.
Yeah.
So once you get out and start meeting other steps, then the game, it becomes the game. You saying it's an industry, but are you really in it? I always tell people, I'm in the industry. No, you just in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
When you start
I like
getting
that.
out, you starting to see, oh, this is a real industry.
Yeah.
So I hate when people say, I'm in the industry, but you just at a barber battle. You're not in the industry. The industry, you go to everybody's show.
Yeah.
The barber battle, the Kawataki show. Go to everybody's show 1 year. Travel to all the shows 1 year. Then you realize, I don't need to go to that show. I don't need to go to that show. I need to go to this one I like. So if somebody tell you, just come to my show, get away from them. They just want you
It's
to
funny because when Craig said that, because I felt as though I got spoiled. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Because I went to the one I met y'all, I think New York.
New York,
I came
yeah.
up there,
Yeah.
and then we went to Secaucus. Those are the only 2 shows I was at outside of shows like these. So from then we went to IBS and then we went to Premiere. So it's really all I'm used to for real.
Right.
So my boys like, yo, you want to go to this one or this? They're like, nah, I'm not gonna.
I'm used to 450 classes type joints. Yeah.
You with that many classes and you mix with, like, everybody talks about they want to be good, but here you at the barber battle you see the barbers, but here you can see where the lady barber is people at these shows that don't go to the battles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
People at the
yeah,
battles
yeah.
don't go to these shows.
You're right.
So you got to be the person that go to both.
Yep.
And you experience. So you can get the educators over here and the educators over there. You get to see the difference. The language is still the same, but they might be speaking a different language. Somebody, I'm like, I like what they saying, but they not over here.
Yeah.
They over here. You got to go where they at sometimes.
I like it. Love
And
it.
that's what it is, man. It's a
This
blessing.
was awesome. I'm thank y'all for y'all taking
Absolutely.
the time, chopping up with me, man.
Definitely.
Is there anything else you want to, of course, give y'all?
Yeah, social media.
Your social media and everything as well. I know this will be a separate episode. You got to do.
Yeah.
But y'all go ahead and do, y'all social media. Unless you want to answer that question about what would you tell someone. Suggestion. That's right. You had to step out. But anyway, hold on. Yeah, but anyway, but you just. But what suggestions would you give someone? I ain't mess with you, man. What suggestion would you give someone that's trying to get into the game and competition that is, and what pointers would you give someone getting into it?
I mean, first of all, if it's something that you're really into, I mean, all things, just stay focused, man. If that's what you're really into, man, give it your all, give it 100%, put everything into it, you know what I'm saying? Come to these shows. Anybody that you see on social media, if you happen to see him at the show, go introduce yourself to him at the show, talk to him, meet these people. Align yourself with the people that you want to be like, or that you feel like are most influential to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. Like, all these younger guys that are out, the guys that I feel like that I can relate to, or I can speak to. If I go to a show, I go to their booth, and I'll sit there 2-3 hours and just sit there and chit-chat with them, just to get to know them a little bit better, you know what I mean? But anybody that influences you with anything that you like to do, and they're doing what you're doing, and most definitely try to align yourself with them, and try to get in contact with them some type of way. See if you can link up with them, see if they can teach you some things. I don't want to say mentor stuff. I'm not really into the mentor thing, because I just feel like if you want to do something, just do it yourself. You shouldn't have to have somebody motivate you to do something that you say you want to do.
Nice.
But like I said, align yourself with the people. I go sit up, like I said, I know Marvy Marv. I went to Marvy Marv, bought a couple T-shirts from him, sat there and talked to him for a couple hours, just picked his brain for a little bit, told him about my history and everything like that. But I talked to all these guys, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they all come through our classes. So, align yourself with the people that you want to be like, or or that you feel like that'll influence you the most?
And I know y'all have to be, you know, and I know we're wrapping it up, but I know y'all have to be like, y'all mention certain names. At the same time, y'all had to, I know y'all probably proud of seeing some.
Like I said,
Absolutely,
I'm proud of the whole. Like I said, I'm proud of the whole industry. Like I said, when we got into this, when we were trying to do it. Like I said, we were trying to be noticed. So we had the arrogance, we had the conceit, we had the disgruntled, the pissed off that y'all not having us doing these haircuts in the
But y'all
movie.
did it for us though.
Yeah, right. Like I said, but at the same time, we were doing that. That's not the attitude we wanted to have in the industry. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what's wrong with the industry now is they bought all that back. Right? At the end, like I say, at the end of the day, we all cut hair. Like I said, when you go home and go back to your shop, none of that stuff doesn't mean anything, bro. You understand what I'm saying? The people, your clients don't care about who you won or who you have beef with another barber. You know what I'm saying? Everybody does the same thing. Everybody's techniques are different. Everybody's style is different. That's the whole diversity of the industry. And there's no one way or one wrong way to do this. As long as the overall and the outcome is the same. And, you know what I mean?
That's your technique.
As long as the overall product is the best product.
Yeah, because I have a saying that it's more than one way around. More than one way around your city. I don't make my way the only way. You know what I'm saying? It's about, you know what I'm saying, what works for you. Because at the end of the day, we all chameleons. At the end of the day, in my opinion,
You know,
we pick up on people.
You know, then like I said, your dedication and your dedication and your focus on what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, somebody's gonna see that. You understand what I'm saying? And they're gonna be around some people that you're trying to be around, or some people that have money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how a lot of things that happen. Because I was with Major League, we were doing our thing. I got recognized by a lot of. By being with Major League Barber, that's how a lot of the opportunities at the time. Like I said, at the time, we were the only people out there, so those opportunities came to us first because we were the only guys out there who were making ourselves known. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the celebrities, cutting at the Oscars and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They call you, say, hey. You know, sometimes when they call, say, how did you find out about me? You know what I'm saying? How did you That's of course social media.
And I want to dive more in that another time to dive in some of the experiences.
Oh yeah, but I got fun.
It would be so dope. We could do it virtually or whatever. But I would love to be able to share some of those stories that inspire some of these upcoming barbers.
It's just to spread love, man. Like I said, hey, we came up with the term barber love. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, that's all. That, you know, even though we didn't, like I said, we weren't wise enough at the time to copyright it, to trademark it, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
That's all we came up with that. You understand what I'm saying?
It's kind of like what they say about with Weezy missing out on Baby saying locking on Hot Boys, not Hot Boys. No. Drop It Like It's Hot.
Drop It Like It's Hot.
He missed that. He missed that.
Not only that, but bling bling.
And bling. That's what I meant. Bling. That's what bling. It was bling. Yeah, it was bling.
It happens. It happens in the game. You know what I'm saying? So you can't hate this happening in the game. But you know, you can reach me at Craig Skills at everything. CraigSkills, 1 L and a Z at everything.
You can reach me at DF Barber Labs on IG and also Black 7 God. BLACK 7G, the number 0D. Black 7 God.
You can reach me at Show Your Malik on everything. SOYOURE Malik MALIK. I'm on everything.
I appreciate y'all again. Thank y'all for this history lesson.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
We do it again anytime you want to get something going on.
Yeah.
Practice it, another show. So
Y'all took me back down to memory lane out here. Back in my early amateur days with the Solid Gold magazine. Trying to think about get that plug in. One day, so I thank y'all for this history lesson, man, and like you said earlier about that, understanding that network determines your net worth. That's a big thing I'm trying to stress to students. And so again, I thank y'all, man. And this has been the Underrated Profession, another great classic episode. And we'll see y'all next time.
Absolutely, sir.
This is awesome, y'all. You know what I'm saying?